All right, horror fans, gather around. Tonight, we delve into the dark and twisted world of the Joker, a character who has haunted our imaginations for decades. These stories are not for the faint of heart, so if you dare, keep watching. Tonight, I've got 3 bone-chilling Joker horror stories that'll have you sleeping with the lights on. These tales are not just figments of imagination, they are real nightmares brought to life through animation, designed to haunt your dreams and make you question reality. These are real nightmares animated to haunt your dreams. Story 1. Imagine walking alone at night, the world around you eerily silent, every shadow a potential threat. This is where our first story begins. It was a quiet evening, just like any other. The kind of night where the air is still and the only sound is the distant hum of streetlights. Mark was on his way home from a late shift. He was tired, his mind wandering as he thought about the comfort of his bed. He took his usual shortcut through the empty alleyways when he heard it, a sound that sent chills down his spine, faint laughter echoing through the dark. It was a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. He turned around and there he was, a man dressed as the Joker. But this was no ordinary costume. The man's presence was menacing, his aura filled with malevolence, his smile stretched unnaturally wide, eyes gleaming with madness. It was as if he had stepped out of Mark's worst nightmares. Mark tried to run, but the Joker just appeared in front of him, no matter which way he turned. It was as if the alleyways themselves were conspiring against him. The last thing Mark remembers is the Joker whispering, "Why so serious?" before everything went black. Mark woke up in a hospital, but the terror of that night never left him. Now for story 2. Emma was a big Batman fan, so attending a Joker-themed escape room seemed like a great idea. She and her friends were excited, ready for a night of fun and puzzles, but things took a dark turn when the staff started acting strange. Their smiles were too wide, their eyes too cold. The Joker's laugh played on a loop, getting louder and more distorted. It was as if the walls themselves were mocking them. Emma and her friends tried to solve the puzzles, but the clues made no sense. It was as if the room was designed to trap them, not entertain them. Suddenly the lights went out and the real terror began. In the pitch black, every sound was amplified, every whisper a scream. Emma swears she saw the Joker's face illuminated in the darkness, grinning at her. It was a face that seemed to promise pain and suffering. They barely escaped, but the Joker's laugh still haunts her to this day. The experience left them shaken, their love for escape rooms forever tainted. Finally, story 3. Jason was dared to spend a night in an abandoned amusement park. It was a place that had been the source of many local legends and ghost stories. The place had been shut down after a series of mysterious accidents. The rides stood like rusted skeletons, a testament to the park's dark history. Wandering through the rusted rides, he found an old funhouse. It was a place that seemed to call to him, drawing him in with its eerie charm. Inside, mirrors reflected not his own image, but the Joker's twisted smile. It was as if the funhouse was a portal to another world, a world ruled by the Joker. As he tried to leave, the mirrors shattered and the Joker's laughter filled the air. It was a sound that seemed to come from the very walls, echoing in his mind. Jason felt a cold hand on his shoulder and turned around to see the Joker standing there, blood dripping from his mouth. It was a sight that would haunt him forever. He ran and never looked back, but he's never been the same. The experience left him a shell of his former self, forever looking over his shoulder. These Joker horror stories remind us that some nightmares are more than just dreams. They are echoes of a dark reality that can reach out and touch us when we least expect it. They are real, and they can find you when you least expect it. The Joker is not just a character, he is a manifestation of our deepest fears. Sleep tight and remember the Joker could be waiting for you. Stay scared, my friends, and always keep an eye on the shadows, for you never know what might be lurking there.
Deep in the heart of the English countryside stands Blackwood Manor, a once grand estate now cloaked in mystery and dread. The chilling events that unfolded within these walls have been whispered through generations. This is the harrowing tale of one family's nightmarish ordeal. The year was 1973. The Williams family, David, his wife Sarah, and their 2 children, Emma and Jack, moved into Blackwood Manor, seeking a new beginning. The manor, long abandoned, held a history that spanned centuries. Little did they know, its past was shrouded in darkness. From the moment they stepped inside, The strange occurrences began. At first it was subtle, lights flickering, doors creaking open on their own. But these were just the beginning. A few nights after they moved in, Sarah noticed something unsettling at dinner. Jack, their youngest, refused to eat. He was fixated on the corner of the dining room, his eyes wide with terror. "What's wrong, Jack?" Sarah asked. But he only whispered back, "The man, he's watching us." At first they dismissed it as a child's imagination, but things escalated quickly. That night, Sarah woke to the sound of someone whispering her name. She turned, expecting to see her husband, but found him fast asleep beside her. The whispering grew louder, closer. Terrified, Sarah glanced at the foot of the bed, and there, in the shadows, she saw it. A dark figure standing still, watching her. She screamed, but as David woke up and turned on the lights, the figure vanished. David tried to comfort her, telling her it was just a nightmare, but Sarah knew what she had seen was real. And soon the rest of the family would experience it too. A week later, their daughter Emma had her encounter. She was playing in her room when she heard the floorboards creak behind her. Turning around, she saw the same shadowy figure standing in her doorway. It didn't move, it didn't speak. It just stared. One fateful night, David resolved to uncover the secrets of the manor himself. Armed with only a flashlight, he bravely ventured into the old servants' quarters, where the disturbances were most intense. The air was thick with an unexplainable heaviness. As he turned a corner, his flashlight flickered and then went out. In the suffocating darkness, David heard it, a knock, slow and deliberate, echoing from the walls, and then he felt a cold hand graze the back of his neck. At dawn, David gathered his family and declared they must leave immediately. The terror that lurked within Blackwood Manor was beyond their comprehension. In a frantic rush, they packed their belongings and fled, vowing never to return. Years after the Williams family had left, chilling rumors began to surface about the manor's sinister history. In the late 1800s, the original owner, Sir Edward Blackwood, was discovered dead under mysterious and eerie circumstances. Whispers claim his restless spirit still haunts the halls, trapped, seeking vengeance on anyone who dares to reside in his home. The Williams family managed to escape, but others were not so fortunate. Blackwood Manor stands today, abandoned once more. But be warned, those who enter its walls may never leave the same way they came in. If this tale sent shivers down your spine, like, share and subscribe for more spine-chilling stories. Until we meet again, sweet dreams.